Hi everyone, welcome to today's readings. Today we are doing new moon readings and we're asking, what opening is the new moon bringing for you? The new moon always begins a new cycle of opportunity. It's a space of new beginnings. We can set intentions, we can set wishes. It's a space of fertility. So we are asking what opening is really primed for you in the energy of this new moon. Now, beautiful souls, welcome back. If you are returning, if you are already a Moon Magic Super Soul, welcome back to the channel. If you are coming in and checking my readings for the first time, welcome to the Moon Magic family. It's amazing to be connected with all of you. We have 3 piles to choose from, 3 cards, 3 tokens. I'm going to show them to you in more detail in a moment. I will also let the video run for a little while so that you can really sit with your intuition, and I'll also be doing a Ask the Universe part in the video. I'll put a timestamp below where we'll literally press a button on my website and find out which pile is recommended by the universe today. But first of all, let's just look at these cards and just let me say welcome to all of you. Thank you so much for being here. The energy really is primed in a really amazing way for beginnings at this moment in time. And if you've come across this reading at a completely randomly different time, it may be that you are tuning into the energy of the next new moon to whenever you are seeing this, or it may just be that your energy has called in a particular message that sits within these piles today. You know, in essence, I always think every pick a card reading ultimately is timeless, even if it's aligned to something like a new moon or a full moon. So let me show you these cards and tokens in more detail so you can have a really good look at them. So we have Archangel Haniel, Joy, Gratitude, Intuition. This is for pile 1, and this is sitting with this really lovely bed. Okay, so that's there. Okay, gosh, I'm feeling like messages are flowing through already, but I'm not going to say anything. Really important for you to trust your intuition. We will dive into the readings when we dive into the readings. You know, timestamps below. Pile 2, you have the card of imprisonment, persecution, and judgment. And this is actually sitting with the token of a grand piano. There it is. Yeah, messages are flooding through for both of these piles, literally, as we're looking at them. Wow, this is exciting. I'm always excited when stuff is coming through, even at this stage before we've even started. And the same again, right, I'm saying nothing more. Okay, pile 3, you have Explorer, Traveller, Wanderer. How amazing. This is pile 3, and pile 3 is sitting with this beautiful parasol and chairs and little table, like it's a, you know, like almost like a little cafe setting. But yeah, a parasol with table and chairs, and it looks like there are drinks on that table as well. Okay, beautiful souls. This is where I'm going to leave the video running for a few moments longer, just to give you a little bit of extra time if you need it. If you don't, that's fine. Move straight to the readings, or if you want the universe to choose, move to that part of the video. But I'll leave it running for those of you that need it. And if you need even longer, just press the pause button. Beautiful souls, I will see you in the readings. Welcome everyone. We are now going to ask the universe to find the right pile for you. This is the homepage of my website. You can use it at any time to either reveal your pile or find you a reading. Today it is pile 2 that the universe is suggesting. Beautiful souls, I'll see you in the reading in just a moment. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. Now, you have this bed here. The message that was like really coming through right at the start, I have messages with every single one of the piles today. It was amazing. The message that came through was, it was really interesting. It was almost reminds me of that saying, you've made your bed, now lie in it. But it didn't feel like you've made your bed, you're stuck with it, lie in it. It wasn't a low vibration. It was a really high vibration. You've made your bed, now you can lie in it. It's like you've created something. Now it's time to hold. It's this sort of energy of something really quite lovely that you might want to sort of snuggle into and stay with. I think you've trusted your intuition and it's led you, or it is leading you, to a place of joy. Now we're asking today, what opening is the new moon bringing you? I'm wondering if it is literally bringing you an opening that's going to take you to something that you really will want to literally sort of embrace, nestle into. It feels very abundant. It feels joyful. It feels as though it's something that you're going to want to stay with. Let's draw cards before we say any more. But it does feel pretty, it feels good, satisfying. That's almost like not enough. There's not enough joy. If you can think of great satisfaction, but overloaded with joy, or not overloaded, but with joy embedded into it, that's the kind of energy that I'm picking up on here. Okay, I'm seeing this. I do actually think there are 2 from this deck. We kindly ask, what opening is the new moon bringing for my pile 1s, please? May we kindly ask, what opening is the new moon bringing for my pile 1s? Okay. Okay, lovely. Right, do we want any more from this deck? Do we? Moon dance celebration. Oh wow, gosh, look at this. I feel like there is another from this deck. Yeah, there is. I thought there was 2 coming through for you too. That accounts for why I was sort of almost feeling there's more. Okay, you have Panda, balance. Ask how to bring balance to the situation and into your heart. You have the Hare, strength, take time to make clear decisions, bring awareness and light to the situation. And you have Luna. Isn't that a gorgeous card to have for a new moon reading? I mean, that's just amazing. Then you have Moon Dance Celebration. You have Moonbeams, focus, and talk to the moon, communication. Look how these cards kind of progress. Okay, let me see. I'm just going to move the camera a tiny bit so that we can see everything for you. There. Now, I couldn't get everything in your top row, but we have all your cards present and ready for you, my pile 1. Now, there is some really interesting information coming through here, I think. So we've got Archangel Haniel. It's that saying again, you've made your bed, now lie in it. I feel as though there is an opening offered to you here, and it will be important for you, I feel this is what we're being shown, to think about a decision about, it's almost like about a commitment to it. Hence that, it's like if you're going to make your bed and lie in it, make sure it's the bed you want to be in, kind of thing, metaphorically, so to speak. Talk to the moon. I think there's an opportunity here for you to celebrate. I'm wondering, because we've got these full moons here. I am wondering if whenever the next new moon is for you at the time of seeing this reading, so if it's very soon because I've just uploaded this, or you've come to this reading later, check out when the next new moon is. I feel like between the new moon, where there is an opening, and the full moon, which is only a couple of weeks, I think there'll be an opportunity for you to make a decision that it's like it changes the shape of your pathway. Now, I'm not saying you would ever be stuck with something, because we can make decisions every day of our lives and we can always change them. But I think there's an opportunity for you to make a decision which has like longer term implications, and it's therefore important for you to make sure that you make the right decision. Bring awareness and light to the situation. Talk to the moon, communicate. What we see here is a crescent moon. And I feel this is about taking time to really, basically, don't rush into something. Actually, that's what I'm hearing. I don't think, I'm not seeing anything negative. It's almost as though it would be better to approach this with a very balanced heart and mind, having taken the time to really know that this is absolutely right for you. It's like giving yourself permission to take the time to communicate. I mean, let's say this was a relationship reading, because we do have moon dance celebration. Let's say joy for you would be finding the right person, but whatever this would be, whatever joy would be for you in a commitment to something, a circumstance, a situation, a relationship, a situationship, whatever. I feel that what we're being shown here is that even though you could rush into something and you could make a commitment very quickly, it's almost as though by doing that very, very quickly, you might, it's not that you might regret it, but it's like you haven't really digested it first. Take time to digest something. Work with the moon. Communicate with the person, the situation, the circumstance. Enable yourself to take your time and trust your intuition so that when you do commit, and I'm not sure you have to commit quickly. If anything, I think it might be asking you to take a balanced approach. Rather than rushing into something, take your time, because then when you do commit, you will be able to fully embrace and celebrate what this is about for you. Because I do think it has, where it is literally, where do you want to lie your head? This could even connect to property, like an area to live in for some of you. In which case, where do you want to lay your head? Don't go rushing to buy the first place you see or to rent the first place you see, because actually it might not be the best one. And yet sometimes when we see something and we think, oh, wow, if I don't go for this, it'll go. I won't have another opportunity. I need to commit now. This reading is suggesting that you don't. It's like trust your intuition, allow yourself maybe to explore some options even. Oh gosh, that was a big chunk coming out. Too much in one go. Let's check out and get your tarot cards. What opening is the new moon bringing? So the new moon brings an opening, and your reading is suggesting that you then engage with that in a real way. A lot of talking, a lot of communicating to make sure that it's right for you before you then commit, so that when you commit, you do so with absolute overflowing joy and enthusiasm, because you just know it's what you want. Okay, so you have the Eight of Voices. This is the Eight of Swords. Yeah, the Eight of Swords is very much a card of where we sometimes feel, I feel like this card today is communicating that you could feel under pressure to move forwards, but you haven't yet seen enough of it to know what it is. But it shouldn't stop you diving in, because look at this. You have the Ace of Swords. This is with the beautiful owl here. Look how much colour there is here. I think something looks very good. So I think there's an opening for you. The new moon is bringing an opening for you. I think it looks pretty super good. And I think and also in a logical way within your mind, I think you can see that this looks good. And it looks as though it would be pretty cool and amazing. You've then got the Death card. So I think you can see that there is almost like it has the potential to be very transformational. For some reason, there is also pressure with the Justice card to make a decision. And yet look at the way this card is opening up. It's like her face has opened up. So she needs to see what's inside. It's like something looks really good on the outside, but you need to make sure that what's on the inside is as good as what's on the outside. You have the Muse of Emotions. This is the King of Cups. You have the Hermit, and you also have the World. This is the World, the Cosmos, but this is the World card in a traditional deck. Okay, let's move those along and place our lovely King here, bang in the middle. Yes, in a way, you see, I think there is an opening, and curiously enough, I think it's looking pretty good, if I'm truly honest. It's really fascinating. I think it is really, really looking good. I think as well, though, look at that, the oasis, that we see a desert. And in that bright sunlight, we can see a mirage, an illusion. We can think, oh, there's a tree, therefore there will be water there. That's what I need. But what if when you get there, it was a mirage? And then we have the King of Cups. I think this could sort of, I almost want to say it could go either way. I'm going to get more cards. We're going to explore this for you, my beautiful pile ones. There's something here that could sort of go in more than one direction. Curiously enough, I think with the King of Cups, the King of Emotions, I think that you can... You have an influence over this, actually. It's almost like the way that you embark upon this is going to influence the way it proceeds, almost, which is very interesting. Where can I place this? Yeah, communicate. There is a need for communication here. I think we can still see that if we put it there. Fantastic. I think there is a need to communicate and to communicate clearly. This is like making sure you're singing on the same page. It's like, yeah, absolutely, just making sure that the shape of the world, of the future, of the world that you would create together in this circumstance, situation, the location, the person, whatever it might be. This is about really, really making sure that you are genuinely looking for the same thing. You are genuinely, sometimes we can both, you can meet a circumstance and really feel that it looks, well, or everything looks really, really good. Like if you've got a list, a wish list, which we sometimes create on the new moon. If you've got a wish list and it's like actually every box is ticked and you think, wow, this is amazing, massive amount of compatibility. But it's only when you absolutely get to talk to that person or investigate that situation that you actually then discover whether or not really at a level of soul you truly resonate. And I do feel maybe with the Muse of Emotions, for some of you, what will unfold is an incredible connection. For others, it might be, not that it isn't going to be wonderful, but it may be, I mean, it may not be right for you, basically. But it's important that you make the decision from a position of genuine awareness, from having really good conversations, from really making those inquiries before making a decision to make any kind of commitment to something. And that seems to be what the reading is about. I do think the new moon is opening something for you. And as it opens this opportunity for you, for those of you where it turns out to be super fab and you do decide you're going to move ahead, you're going to be celebrating. For those of you that you might feel it was a bit of an illusion or a bit of a mirage, well, I think in a way it will close something so that you can regain your focus and come back again. You'll know that your intuition, you trusted your intuition. I feel like this is actually a win-win, to be honest, because on the one hand, you're going to feel fabulous if it turns out to be something you do want to commit to. On the other hand, it will be equally fabulous if it's something where you think, do you know what, I don't think that is right for me. but you're doing so with awareness. Now, I feel I want to get more cards for you, my beautiful pile ones. Let's check in on this. May we kindly ask for more guidance, more information. Okay. It's interesting, the idea of the new moon giving you an opening. And yet, for some reason, for some of you, maybe the opening might not be right. Or maybe you have to communicate to iron out any differences. Like if there was with justice, if there was a contract. Yeah, balance. If somebody offered you something and there was a contract, it's really important to make sure that the contract is really, really working for everybody, and then you celebrate. You wouldn't just like sign the dotted line on the day, you know, that it arrives. Maybe there is an awareness needed to be really, really clear, because perhaps there is some negotiation before that decision is made. Because it's interesting, what we have here is a rock which feels very solid, but also a tree which could be that oasis. Now that could be a real oasis, it could be a solid one, it could be an illusion. I say it's a rock, it's a person. I'm just looking at it almost like a standing stone. Isn't that interesting? I saw this as being this little group of standing stones in the desert. Actually, now I look really more closely, it is in fact actually, as the card of the Hermit, it's a person. You can just about see it there, I think. But let me see if I can just... But isn't that interesting? Because it's almost like it's in shadow. So you can't... It's shadowed by the light. And this is where I think we need to look into the shadows, actually. Let's check in on the other cards. Because I sort of want to know, is it an outcome that goes both ways? Or maybe the outcome that goes both ways is your personal choice. You have the Nine of Voices, which is the Nine of Swords, which is interesting because it can mean that we overthink something. We've got the Seven of Swords. Okay. Again, there's something you need to see, something you don't yet know about. You have the Lovers. This is ultimately a card of choice. Then you have the King of Swords. So we've got the Muse of Emotions, the King of Cups. Then you've got the King of Swords. Okay. I feel this is all about going into something with your eyes wide open. That's what I feel. There is an opportunity available to you, but go in with your eyes wide open and don't be afraid to negotiate. Don't be afraid to ask the questions. Don't be afraid to say, I'm not sure, I need a little bit more time. Yeah, don't be afraid to ask questions. Communicate, ask. Try and find out more. You have the card of the Devil. How interesting. And then you have the Page of Voices. Page of Swords. This is, look at the way she has glasses on. She can see. She's looking at this closely. This is a card of learning. It's a card of investigation, of learning, of discovery. The Devil means we cut the cords of things that no longer serve us. We are not maneuvered by something. Joy, gratitude, intuition. I do feel, my pile one, that the opening that is available to you at the time you come to this reading, this is all about really, really looking at the small print, looking at the detail. If you've met somebody, getting to know them first, have those conversations, ask the questions. And perhaps that's partly the opening. If this is already around you, perhaps the opening that the new moon brings is an opportunity to ask more questions, to discover more. I kindly ask if we can be given any indication of sort of the outcome, although, as I said, it could be that for some of you it goes one way and for others it goes another. At least you go in with your eyes wide open. May we kindly ask for a bit more information about the outcome of this decision? You've got the Five of Emotions. That's really sad. We've got a card of disappointment really here. Okay, maybe there is, in fact, then something. Isn't it interesting? You've made your bed, now lie in it. We've got the Four of Swords. Gosh. I've got to read it how I see it. I do feel there is a greater emphasis here on the gratitude that you will have for having those conversations, trusting your intuition, and being grateful that you didn't tie yourself into something that would not have offered you what it looks like is being offered. It's really interesting. Even maybe the whole process of this reading is a mirror of that, because I started this reading thinking, wow, this is amazing. This is a bed you're going to want to snuggle into. This is joy. This is gratitude. This is wonderful. You know, I think I said right at the start, you made your bed, now lie in it, but this is the bed you want to lie in. I think that's the way it appears, just as that card appeared to me to start with. As the readings unfolded, and I thought, well, maybe it goes both ways with the muse of emotions here. I think there are things you're not seeing. Look more deeply. I think when you come to this reading, I think there is an opportunity potentially already in front of you. And I do feel, talk to the moon, communicate. I do actually feel with the devil here. I'm so sorry that you might feel quite torn about making a choice. But honestly, I think if you really look at this, there will be relief. The Four of Swords is a card that brings relief. It brings almost like gentleness, stillness, meditation. Despite disappointment, I think it'll be really clear to you. And I think that's what's needed. Then, yeah, look, you've got the Knight of Swords, which is wonderful. You have the Knight of Swords. So this, I think, is about making a clear-cut decision. And then you have Temperance, which is a card of perfect balance. There's so much guidance, I always feel, that comes through with the Temperance card. And look just at this. When we started the reading, I said to you, I wonder if there's something at the time of, whenever the new moon, the nearest new moon to you at the time of seeing this reading, whenever the nearest new moon is, by the time you get to the full moon, you make a decision and look at what exactly we have. We have that process coming through from the new moon, where we have the crescent moon, the waxing crescent, and then the quarter, and then coming on through. I think this is exactly what we're being shown. Within the space, it will take a couple of weeks at the most for you to ask those questions and focus on what you're being shown. And I think within the space of a couple of weeks of inquiry, give yourself that time, you will come to a very balanced and clear decision, and it will be based on your actual real experience and the conversations that you've had, as opposed to what is looking potentially quite good but may actually just be an illusion. I just feel something is being presented that looks pretty fab, but I don't know if it's I don't know that you're being presented with a particularly balanced perspective. I'm so sorry that this is the way it is, but I also get the impression that just within the space of a couple of weeks, your discovery of, through inquiry, of what this is really about, or what kind of situation, what would actually be involved, you will be relieved that you didn't make that commitment. Because I think what you're being shown isn't entirely as abundant as it looks. I'm so sorry for that. But I think you will come out of this feeling rather relieved. You need to discover for yourself, though. It's no good following a reading, and no reading ever tells you what to do anyway. It simply opens up avenues of thought or possibility, and in this instance, the avenue of thought and possibility and guidance is connected to you discovering something for yourself through your own inquiry and your own empowerment. Pile 1, this is your reading. I am sending you all the love in the world. It may even be arriving at this point as a confirmation. You may already be at this point where you're thinking, I think I already know this. But it's feeling like a difficult decision to make. But I think you'll be really quite clear. In quite both a logical way and in a heartfelt way as well. Pile 1, this is your reading. If this is resonating with you, do please give me the thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon if you'd like to make sure you never, ever, ever miss a reading. I am sending you all the love in the world. Tons of love, Pile 1. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. Messages were like flying through right at the start as I was drawing these cards. So with yours, imprisonment, persecution, judgment, and then this grand piano, which is opening. I am wondering whether this is about you no longer being held back from either a grand idea, recognizing there's a bigger plan, that there is a future for you, so helping you to escape from some sort of imprisonment. It could be personal, it could even be a circumstance or a situation around you, as if there is either a grand design. I also wondered with the grand piano, the notes coming out of it, whether you are meant to sing your own song, have your own voice, and maybe even have a big voice. Perhaps at the moment you feel confined, restricted, unable to speak, perhaps even persecuted for speaking. Some of you may feel that you have been shut down for having a voice, for being open, for being honest, or speaking your views. But there's something here I hope about releasing, but let's find out more. Now, we're asking what opening is the new moon bringing. So this is what we are aiming to discover today. What is the new moon? What opening is the new moon bringing? You have crane, surrender. Let go of limiting beliefs, okay? Be as expansive in your thoughts as your soul is. So for some of you, this is releasing you from any element of self-doubt where you are holding yourself back. And this is what I think it is about, actually. Squirrel, spiritual maintenance, be your own caretaker. Yeah, I think this is about moving. I think you are to be released. The new moon is helping you at creating an opening whereby you can find the freedom from your own personal limiting beliefs, a limiting belief, freeing your energy up, having your voice, not feeling persecuted, not judging yourself. You may actually have a raging inner critic. Some people have a raging inner bully. That's what I used to find when I worked in my counselling practice. I'm like, wow, you are seriously hard on yourself. Like, not even a teensy bit, you are hard on yourself. And then we would find it was, I will say this because it makes me sort of chuckle a little bit, but it helps because it helps to lighten it up a little bit. When people started to notice, we'd sort of set about getting people to notice when their internal dialogue was critical or negative about themselves, or indeed others, but noticing it. And what I used to find was that those that had a really big internal personal critic, when they'd start to notice that they were criticizing themselves, they'd then criticize themselves for criticizing themselves. It was like, oh, I'm doing it again. I'm so stupid. And it would be like they'd be criticizing themselves for criticizing themselves. I'm like, hang on a minute. This is kind of adding to the load. It's not helping. The purpose of noticing is that we help ourselves to be kinder. But we do it. It's a real human thing, and there's something in this energy that's around. So let's discover more. Be your own caretaker. Okay, that feels like too many, but maybe you are needing a lot. Maybe you are needing a lot. I'm going with this. Maybe you're needing a lot of cards from this deck. They're showing themselves for you. Let go. Fabulous. And look at that, the beautiful crab, the energy of Cancer coming through here, of nurture. Willpower. Having the willpower to really, really not, it is the willpower to kind of, to really allow, like give yourself permission, that's the right way of saying it, to give yourself permission to say no to the thinking patterns in your head that say you can't, in this instance, you can't have this. I think this does connect to many of you. It is to do with maybe your capacity to be successful, to receive, to have success, to have financial reward. It's reminding me, actually, I literally had a conversation yesterday with a really, really dear friend who I absolutely adore. She really is a soul sister. And I know she won't mind me saying this. None of you would be able to identify her anyway. But she is in a position where she is beginning a brand new business and she's really struggling to charge people. And yet she is amazing at what she does. She's mind-blowingly amazing, but she feels really uncomfortable about, I mean, she really does need to earn money, as we all do. She's got bills to pay, but she feels almost as if it's like it wouldn't be a spiritual thing to charge for her services. And she's really been locked into, literally locked into this sort of, I can't really charge. And we ended up talking about different ways of overcoming this, whether she could begin by asking for donations, build up her confidence. We talked about money as being an energetic quality. You know, money, we think of it sometimes, there's a saying, isn't there, about money being the root of all evil. But of course, actually it's the hands it's in that cause the problems. You know, people who are amazing, who have a lot of money, can do an awful lot of amazingly good things with it. It's about shifting into a space where we see those, you know, financial security as being a currency of energy rather than something that is negative. So for some of you, this will connect to some sense of your own entitlement to literally allow yourself to have something. I wonder if we can get one more card in here. Let's see. We may not be able to, but let's try. I actually was seeing this one and that one. Abundance. Well, there we are. Okay, pile 2, there's your reading. Moon dance celebration, how gorgeous. Right, okay. Let's move these along. I'm making space for you here, my beautiful souls. I feel there's something quite symbolic. Let me move the camera out. Bear with me. There you go. I feel like I am symbolically making space for your success. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to have grand ideas. You are allowed to have a voice. You are allowed to not be judged. You are allowed to celebrate whatever is, you know, you are allowed to celebrate. And look at, we have 2 musicians and music notes, both of them playing the saxophone. You are allowed. This is all about entitlement. I think the new moon is opening a doorway of opportunity for you that is connected to entitlement and the removal of personal limiting beliefs. That's what seems to be around in this reading. Let us check out how that might arrive. Could we kindly ask? Let's look at your tarot cards. How might this opening take place? We've got a card that's the wrong way up, which is very bizarre because I put my cards back in very carefully and I shuffle very carefully between readings. How interesting. How bizarre. I put all the cards into this deck in different places. All in one go, I shuffle them all. It's like I don't even know how that happened. Okay, let's take these. This one and this one. What we do have, your first card that has absolutely, unquestionably stood out of the pack, is the 8 of Swords, which is sometimes a card where we tangle ourselves in knots. We don't see our own potential. You have the Empress. Oh my goodness me, a card of abundance. And look at the way the planets are aligning for you. You have Justice. You have the 3 of Voices, which is the 3 of Swords. I think this needs to come to an end. I think the new moon is bringing an opportunity. Look at this, you have the Star, to finish worrying about this. How is it being released, though? You've got the Star. You have the King of Wands, the King of Inspiration. Look how a pathway is being opened. Okay, let's pop that down there. You have the Ace of Inspiration, the Ace of Wands. You have the 9 of Voices. Now this is the 9 of Swords. But what I see in this card is you sleeping. I wonder if you are literally receiving healing while you sleep. You may even get an idea. Yeah, look at this 4 of Voices. This is the 4 of Swords. And in this Four of Swords, look at this sight, this vision. And then the Three of Inspiration, dominoes. We've got the domino effect. It's a turning point. This is the Three of Wands. I think the way that this might be arriving for you, my beautiful souls, it is almost as though I feel like while you're sleeping, I literally think you may actually receive some downloads, massive downloads. You might receive downloads, dreams, visions, inspirations. I feel like your energy is actually being reset. And it may be that the new moon itself is bringing you personally an energy reset. Opening up channels, opening up pathways, so that things are going to click into place for you. I do feel something will click into place. You'll see something, you'll be given a vision or a moment of inspiration or an idea, and it could well literally be one of those, it comes through in a dream, or a dream or a vision. Let's get more cards. But things click into place. It does feel for me as if divine timing is absolutely around you, with planets literally kind of aligning for you. I think this is astrologically the perfect time. This is like something of abundance that can come to fruition. May we kindly ask for more information about how this unfolds and emerges. You have the moon. You have the sun as well. You have another ace. You've got the Ace of Pentacles. Right. Okay. This is really, really interesting, my beautiful pile two. What I feel I'm being shown is, first of all, an idea or a vision or a moment of inspiration. But also, I think an actual something that arrives. Surrender. Let go of limiting beliefs. Be as expansive in your thoughts as your soul is. Like a squirrel, like squirrels are joyous. They run around, they plan, they prepare for the winter, but they gather their nuts. They're joyously gathering things and preparing without necessarily thinking too much about how they do it. Or they just do it, you know. I feel that there is, with two aces, and not only it's like a double the arrival of a double whammy in a good way. I think that not only do you get an idea or a vision or a pathway ahead that becomes really quite clear to you, but something arrives to enable you to initiate it. Like it could be some funding, some money arrives, or an offer of help. Something arrives that gives you what you need to sow those first seeds, to get going, and everything can then click into place. It really is like, I will give you an example actually. So I am really going back a long time. This will show my age really, I'm sure. But I'm going back a very long time. And when I left school, I went to art college for 1 year, and I was due to go back for the second year. And back in those days, my children would call it the olden days, but back in those days, we didn't have computers, we didn't have mobile phones. I think we had barely just started getting answer machines, or if there were, it was probably like only in the business world, not in everybody's daily lives. So I'm going back a long time. This is in the days when they really contemplated why we would need a fourth television channel. Some of you will remember this, but anyway. Back in those days, I watched a TV program, and it was like local television, and I saw a program with this incredible man making a guitar, and I just thought, wow, God, I would love to learn to make musical instruments. That looks so exciting and so rewarding and active with my hands. And literally, the next day in the local newspaper, and that's what we had. We didn't have the internet. The local newspaper, at the back of the paper, there were job vacancies, all local, of course. And there it was, a job. Interesting vacancy for a young person making musical instruments. I applied. I got the job. I wasn't making guitars. I was actually making oboes. But I didn't go back to art college. I stayed in that job for a few years, and then that job gave me another opening and an opportunity to travel. which was something I wanted to do. So it's kind of like it was the domino effect. I saw something, it was that TV program, a moment of inspiration. Literally the next day, a doorway opened and I stepped through it. And I haven't, obviously, as you can see today, I never became an oboe maker, but it was a wonderful experience, and it opened up other doorways that took me in another direction. And part of that direction is, in part, what led me to be here. So I think it's like, I would never have known that then, way back then. But this is the sort of like the energy. I think there will be an idea, a moment or a vision or something. And then I think it's followed by a specific, practical, actual opening or an investment or something that enables you to step into it. And from that, the domino effect begins. And this will remove you out of a place of, it will open doorways and take you from a place of lack, of limiting beliefs, of not of your own sense of entitlement. This is very much about your own sense of entitlement. And it will open doors for you. And that's what I'm seeing within your reading, my beautiful pile twos. Wow. Pile 2, I'm sending you a huge hug. And I'm really, really loving your reading. I wasn't sure what this was. I was like really hoping that this was, an escape from imprisonment in some way. And I really think it is, actually. I think that's what we're being shown here. As much as anything, it's that limiting perspective within you that says you're not entitled or you can't have. But I feel that there is this double, almost two steps. Something arrives to show you something, then something arrives to step through the door to make it possible, and the domino effect begins. Pile 2, this is your reading. I'm sending you so much love, the biggest hug ever. Thank you for being here. So much. And if this is resonating with you, do please give me the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon if you want to make sure that you never, ever, ever miss a reading. Tons of love, Pile 2. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have the card of Explorer, Traveller, Wanderer with this amazing little cafe setting, chairs, a table, a parasol, drinks. Now, as I said right at the start, like loads of messages are just like flooding through for these readings right at the beginning. So I was kind of loving that. Now, I feel like maybe either you are about to set forth. Maybe you're going on holiday or you have a plan to travel somewhere. And while you are there, an opening is created for you in some way, because we're asking what opening is the new moon bringing for you. So maybe it's while you are on your travels, an opening comes. It could also be that there is an opening to travel. That an opening is offered for you, to you, or, within the new moon energy triggers an opening. And that means that you set forth on some kind of journey. It could also mean, and this is a strong kind of intuitive connection here, that somebody who has been traveling, wandering, that they find you. That also came through right at the start when I first drew this token and this card. Somebody who is already wandering, or maybe if you are feeling like you are wandering, that you find somewhere to be with someone. And maybe there's opportunity then, an opening to explore a space of possibility. But let's see what else we are shown. But those are the kind of messages that were coming through right from the start, right from the absolute beginning, right off the bat. You have Hedgehog, embrace who you are, acceptance. I think that's the only one that I'm getting from this deck. Acceptance, who you are. May we kindly ask, please, what is the new moon opening for my pile 3s? You have balanced emotions, overcome fear, and banish a curse. Okay, this is interesting. Traveller, wanderer. I wonder if you are the wanderer. Have you been feeling like you are, I don't know, on some level, a bit of a lost soul? I don't mean that in a really heavy way, but, have you not felt that you knew quite where to belong, where to belong, like finding your soul family or your soul tribe or the place that you could really put an anchor down? I wonder if that could be the person to put an anchor down to, or the community or the friendship group, or it could be the one and only. I just feel there's something here that the new moon opens an opportunity for you to maybe find where to belong. There's a sense of belonging, embracing who you are. Let's ask for more. Maybe you have felt this. I will ask about this. We'll draw specific cards around the Banisher curse. Moon cycles patient, or patience rather. Okay. And domicile moon abundance. Okay, abundance came out, I think it was in pile 2. But I think that's a very different reading. Although, there could be a reference point for you. Okay, I think there could be. Okay, banish a curse. Moon cycles patient, or patience. I feel that this is like looking at many moons, and that maybe you have waited a long time to find this sense of belonging. This is what I feel your reading is about, that the new moon is opening an opportunity for you to, I do think it is, it's like to find your safe harbour. You could say to put down roots or to put down an anchor. It's like your safe place, your safe person, someone who accepts you exactly as you are. Somewhere where you don't have to be prickly and defend yourself. Somewhere where you don't feel you have to kind of keep looking over your shoulder, wondering what's coming next. Like you can relax, like you can chill, have a drink, put up a parasol, sit in the sun. I think this is about finding that safe place or that safe person. And I think that's what the new moon is bringing for you. And I love that. I really love it. I think your message primarily is very clear, but I'm drawing your tarot cards, obviously, to see what else we are shown. I do feel it's actually those two as well. May we kindly ask for more information. What is the new moon bringing? What opening is the new moon bringing? And this one. Okay. You have the 8 of emotions. This is the 8 of cups. Look at the desert that she walks across. I like this. This is you leaving behind, walking away from. But it's interesting because the 8 of cups, even though it is a card where people, you could say we leave something behind, the 8 of cups actually has a card of has an element of intentionality about it, where we are choosing to walk to something. We're not blindly running away from something. It's not something that we do. We're desperately running away to hide in fear. That's not the energy at all. There's intentionality here. And look at this, the Fool. And you've got the same kind of desert energy. Taking the risk, overcoming your fear. I think the new moon is bringing you an opportunity to literally dive into something. You have the 2 of Swords. Look at the bridge. To move, it really is. It's like moving through fear. You have the Magician. I'm loving this. You have the Magician. You have the 8 of Wands, the 8 of Inspiration. Fantastic. You have the 2 of Cups. Oh, this is gorgeous. You've got the moon. Oh, dive in, sweet souls. Dive in. Oh, yes. 5 of Materials. Interesting. The 5 of Materials is about feeling out in the cold, where you don't feel like you have your family, but your soul family, your connection. But look at the pathway through here. Oh, my goodness me. I feel a bit emotional, actually, for you. This is, I think there is absolutely an opportunity to take a risk and dive into something. And that's what the new moon is bringing you. It's this opening. And it moves fast. It's magical. It really is, in no uncertain terms. For some of you, this could be love with the Two of Cups. But whatever it is, this is dive in. Absolutely dive in. It's your safe place, your safe harbour. It's like calm the voices in your head with the Seven of Swords. Even though you can't, this is fascinating. I think there is sufficient chemistry here to help you to overcome fear. Even though you may not, we don't. I mean, let's say if we use as an example a romantic connection, although this could be, this could be your soul tribe, your soul family, could be any, any connections where you would belong, or a location. Like when you fall in love and it's so powerful and the chemistry is so strong, it's irresistible. It's like there's no option but to just take a risk. Nothing could stop you. You just know, even though logically you might think, I'm not sure whether I should do this. But, I don't know where this is going. Well, of course you don't know where it's going. You can't know how a relationship will unfold. You've got to dive in to find out. I feel this is irresistible in terms of the chemistry. There's so much chemistry, you just want to dive in. You want to dive in, you want to go for it, you want to immerse yourself in it, even though you have no idea whether it will work out or not. There could even be some fears that you could, what if this person isn't who I think they are? What if they reject me? All of these kinds of fears, but you still go for it anyway. This is the flavour of it, and I actually rather like that. There's a real sort of surrender, a real sense of just diving in, doing this. This is what I'm seeing. I want to know what the Banisher Curse is about. I'm going to draw cards around that. I think this looks super good, unless you have honestly felt like you were cursed. And, okay. What's coming through is maybe some of you, there has been not necessarily a specific, like somebody setting a curse on you, but the feeling that somebody left a residue of something with you that blocked you from moving on. Or even some of you could have had a really negative experience where you felt as though it would never be, you're cursed, it went wrong, or maybe you've had things that have gone wrong more than once and you thought, you know what, I don't think I can risk this again. It's like something got built up. I'm just going to ask, so let's get more information about the Banisher Curse. May we kindly ask about the Banisher Curse, please? You've got the card of Strength. Look at the insight she has. Look at the strength she has. Look how she has connected and risen. She's overcome things. Despite challenge, she's overcome and she's come out the other side. Stronger, wiser. She tamed the lion, Okay, I'm going with those. Oh, okay. Right, let me pick that up. You've got the Knight of Pentacles. This is your harvest coming in. But isn't it interesting? We still have a cactus. This is overcoming prickliness. Okay. You've got the High Priestess. Oh, love it. Love it. You've got the Three of Cups, which is the place you belong. It's like your besties. Family. Connections, people who love you, celebration, people who celebrate you. And then you have the World. I will actually say that if any of you have come through something where you were left feeling very, very prickly, and you really did feel almost as though somehow somebody had like set an intention against you, or that somebody had knowingly tried to block you. It does happen. There are people out there who do these kinds of things. Now, I'm not quite sure how, this has transformed, but we do have a black moon here. 8 of Cups. In some ways, as I said right at the start, this is a card that indicates an intentional choice to move to something, to dive in. I think the new moon gives you an opportunity to dive into something, which demonstrates to you that, I almost want to say divine timing is at hand with the priestess. Look at the runes here showing up. Something has come to an end. A period of prolonged waiting, a period of prolonged endurance has come to an end. It's reached its completion. And whether that is because you have processed almost like every karmic lesson in the book to the point where you are now completely ready to receive, and the new moon then initiates this opening, or on some kind of, there could be quite a practical kind of, pragmatic kind of a connection that stopped you from, just limited you or held you back, or there could be a belief system within you where you felt that you were kind of not good enough in some way. However we look at this, it's the period, the period of endurance is over. It's now time to bring in the harvest. The Knight of Pentacles is a card literally of bringing in the harvest after a long period of great patience and hard work. I feel, this is the only reading I've done this in, I feel like, because of all these runes, I want to draw some runes for you. So bear with me, I'm just going to reach across the camera because I've got them here on my table. I just feel I want to draw some runes for you. I haven't done this in any of the other readings, but it just feels completely right with them all here. Let's just see what we're shown here. Okay, we've got 3. Oh, wow, look at what we have here. We have Kano, the rune of openings. We have Othilla, wonderful. Othilla is the rune of separation. It's the rune of inheritance, okay? And we have Suelo, which really indicates a pathway to wholeness. It's the rune of wholeness. Now, I think with Othilla, this is like a gift sometimes. It's an inheritance, but it's like you get something because you've let go of something. You've walked away from something. You've left something behind. You've put it behind you. Banish a curse. You've made a decision that you're not doing that anymore. Somehow karmically, or whether in actuality, you have addressed something. You are walking toward, I think because you've addressed something. Let me really get this right in the process of what I'm seeing. Because you have, maybe part of it is overcoming fear. Perhaps part of this is that you have processed situations that left you feeling fearful, however that would have been in your world. And you've overcome that. You're leaving fear behind. You're not afraid to have a voice. You're not afraid to be you. You're not afraid to be yourself. You don't feel like you have to defend yourself or be something you're not. You are not afraid to be you. You're wholeheartedly you. And because you're wholeheartedly you, nothing is hidden. Your chemistry is dynamite, and that is attracting what you want. You will never be left out in the cold. If anything, people will be seeking you. Kano is amazing. It's like a new dawn. It's like walking through a misty, foggy valley where you can barely see in front of you, and suddenly the sun breaks through the mist, it dissipates, and there you are in this incredible paradise. You are leaving behind. It's because you've left behind something, or it could even be that something has genuinely passed on and passed away. There could be a family legacy that's over, but whatever it is, you are now in a position of inheritance, and the inheritance is embracing who you really are with no setbacks and arriving at a place where you can truly belong and relax. And for some of you, that's the person or the people or the community. For others, it could be the location. This sometimes speaks of real property. One way or the other, something has completed. You've said no to something, you've stood up for something. The turning point has been reached, and this is where abundance in terms of true happiness and that place of belonging comes to you. Belonging and your own entitlement. And this is the opening that I think the new moon is bringing you. It literally is that turning point. But it's a turning point because someone or something or somewhere or whatever that may be, it's given to you. It's opened, and even though you may be feeling a little bit wibbly wobbly, there's no stopping you. And I love it. I absolutely love it. You dive in fully because why wouldn't you? It feels right. The chemistry's there. It's the harvest after a long wait. Pile 3, this is your reading. I love this. I love the energy. Thank you so much for being here. However this is arriving in your world, it could literally be something that is in the immediacy of your world. Even like if you've been, I don't know, going and shopping in a particular store forever, but it's never felt comfortable, and then you find a new one and you're not afraid to just go with what feels right for you. Or like I said, friendship group, you've been hanging out with people and it doesn't feel comfortable, and you meet somebody, a new friendship group, and it's like, well, I'm not doing that anymore. Why would I hang out with those guys when they're not particularly kind or nice or welcoming? You move on. Something better, bigger, amazing, that resonates, where you fully belong. This is the context of whatever's coming in, and you can really dive in. I love it so much. Pile 3, I'm sending you the biggest hug. This is amazing. Keep me posted in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never miss a reading. And thank you so much. If it's resonating, do please share the channel with your friends, family, let people know about us. And do please give us a thumbs up if this is resonating with you. Tons and tons of love.